Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gaming Saloon for November 1st, 2013. With your host, Pacemaker2448 and Rabbit Epsilon.
Hi, everybody.
By the way, my phone's telling me we're live as well.
Yeah, sitting here with XSplit. I told you that I was gonna start it. It spends a good whole minute before it actually decides to start looking for a server to send this to.
Uh, well, they gave me enough time to bring up Missing Piece, so I have that in the background to listen to as we're discussing articles. Appropriate, since I got my Infinity figure art in today. Because I don't know what it is, but Amazon gets shit to me days earlier than the estimates they give. Because originally I was thinking, oh, I'm getting it next week, like between like Monday and Wednesday. Then I'm like, okay, I'm getting it Saturday. And then I get it today, sticking out of the mailbox. They shoved the thing into my mailbox.
They made it go in there.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, the freaking package is small enough to fit in there, but they jammed that sucker in there. So, yeah, I got Infinity. Wizard Infinity out, and oh my god, that thing is gorgeous.
I think my phone just now said that we're live.
Oh. But yeah, I don't want to say much more because we're not that at that point in Wizard. So I want you to experience Infinity firsthand. So yeah, well, we got some things to talk about this week.
Yeah, we do.
Of course, as the title says, this is the calm before the next gen storm because guess what, folks? The day of our next show, which is November 15th, the day before will be when the PlayStation 4 launches. Literally, we're going to be doing the show the day after the PlayStation 4 launch.
Hmm.
And then the Xbox One will be launching North American dates that following Friday.
So when we're doing Rampant Gaming.
The day we are doing Rampant Gaming.
Oh, Lord.
Not just when we're doing Rampant Gaming, the day we are doing Rampant Gaming.
Thank God Microsoft screwed up and decided not to let people stream right yet.
Oh, yeah, the Twitch might break in half that day. So,
Oh God.
yeah. For once, we have a big topic discussion as we get into going into this storm that is coming of the next two next gen consoles come out. Because I kind of count the Wii U, kind of.
uh, you
This,
know, you know what's funny though?
what?
This is really like a cross gen. This isn't technically a next gen
Not true.
because you
Graph.
think about it, the PS4 and the Xbox One are both going to be their own standalone systems because they're not backwards compatible.
Yeah, we'll probably be getting into that a lot. Uh, yeah. So we got that along with a whole bunch of articles. So let us get started with saying goodbye to one of the current gen consoles. Yes, folks, as the title says it, Wii production has stopped. Wii production in Japan has come to an end, according to an update on Nintendo's Japanese website. Statement posted on the page and translated by Kotaku reads, "Production ended." Earlier this month said it would cease production of the aging platform soon. It's not clear what this means for North American and Europe production schedules. A Nintendo representative was not immediately available to come out and comment. A whole bunch of statistics on the Wii and the Wii U. But yeah, the Wii ceasing production in Japan. That really is a telling sign that the next gen is on us now.
Yeah,
The Wii
but
is done.
really, as far as Nintendo's side goes, that's the only next gen part of it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the PS4 and the Xbox One are not really next gen because they're going to be like their own standalones.
Yeah. Whereas the Wii U is completely backwards compatible to the Wii. I don't think to the GameCube though.
I don't know.
And
I
I know it's backwards compatible to the Wii. I don't think to the GameCube though.
I
Although
doubt
the
to the
Wii is backwards
GameCube
compatible. Yeah. Although
because
the
of
Wii
the
is,
simple fact of they just did a Wind Waker release.
yeah,
So
they,
if it was backwards compatible to the GameCube, they wouldn't need to have done that.
yeah. Which the Wii is backwards compatible to the GameCube. So, but yeah, that I saw that and that was one of the first articles I dug up, and it's like, wow. Granted, that's only in Japan. We're still unclear on North America and Europe, but still, that's the first cease of production for this previous generation of consoles. The first, I believe, because the 360 and PS3 are still in production.
And probably still will be for at least another year or more.
Oh, that PS3 is going to still be in production for quite some time. Because it's like, it wasn't until like, what, last year when the PS2 fully ceased production?
Yeah,
And think how long that thing's been out.
but look at the Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, when it came to Live and they got so far in Xbox Live, the original Xbox that kind of had to quit.
Yeah. Yeah, this was just going to be a little quick one, the show, before we move into a little bit meatier stuff. For instance,
The next article,
yeah, for those of you who don't know what Black Friday is, that's that Friday after Thanksgiving when all the crazy people that go decide to go shopping all at the same time to get really good deals. Just let people know, I don't go shopping on Black Friday because I'm not insane.
uh, Cyber Monday has just as good deals, and you ain't got to fight the crowds.
You just have to fight the servers, which it honestly, it's a better. Honestly, I would much rather prefer Cyber Monday over Black Friday because at least with Cyber Monday, you don't have a chance of getting injured.
Yeah, your
Or
computer might, but
yeah,
you won't.
and if you think I'm kidding about that, no, it's been documented many times that there is at least one injury on Black Friday in the country. At least one.
And if your luck is as piss poor as mine, then that would be you.
Although I don't think Black Friday is ever bad around here. Granted, we're not New York or Chicago or
or,
Atlanta.
or even Chattanooga.
Yeah, because I've been to Chattanooga really close to Christmas.
Oh God.
Yeah, traffic sucks.
Yeah.
You are. It reminds me of New York traffic with how much of a standstill it is. Because you'll be sitting there for a good solid 20 minutes in the same spot. You will have moved maybe 5 inches forward, maybe.
If you're
That.
lucky.
Ugh. That was a terrible idea for me to tag along for that little shopping trip. That close to Christmas.
Yeah.
And again, and also that was around Hamilton Place, so it was the really busy part of Chattanooga.
Was it around the same time where they decided for the whole road work idea?
3 or 4. No, this would have been back when Junior, senior year, Bradley?
Oh,
I-
no.
Okay. I know they're working on. You know where Best Buy is?
I think so.
Okay, that road they got running past that plaza right there on the left, like on the road that's the overpass. Like past that plaza, they're working on the road right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, they got it like closed down to like one lane.
Of course, that's the funny thing. They always decide to do road work around holidays because that's always the smartest thing to do. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yes, let's work on the roads when everyone's gonna be on the road. All right, back to what we were originally going to be talking about. GameStop Black Friday advertisements have been leaked, giving gamers a look at some of the deals that they can score at the retailer during the day after Thanksgiving shopping bonanza next month. Oh, goody, 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 goody.
which is now this month.
Uh, GameStop has not has not verified this is accurate, but apparently Battlefield 4 will be available for $30. Call of Duty Ghost will be going for 50. You know, at $30, Battlefield 4 might be worth it then, because I've heard that single player is shit. The multiplayer may be fantastic, but that single player sucks, from what
Well,
I've heard.
well, even when we were looking and comparing that back, well, about a month ago,
Yeah,
you and me both were even like, with the single player.
yeah, I've watched it, and it's like, God, this is. It reminds me so much of what was bad about the Call of Duty single players. Your protagonist is mute, yet we act like you're talking. It's like the Bumblebee effect, where everyone's talking to him, and all he does is beeps and boops, and we just assume he's saying stuff. You could put in whatever you wanted, which is what led to. I heard this on a Transformers Prime podcast, where someone had a thread up there that what Bumblebee's actually saying is a whole bunch of curse words, and no one truly understands what he's saying. He's just cursing out everybody.
That would make it a lot more funny.
Exactly. That's like giving art. It's like, at least for me, watching the Star Wars films, that's like giving R2D2 a sarcastic personality. Although that fits with some of his actions and reactions from C3PO, it totally fits that he has a sarcastic personality. Uh, let's see. Both these deals are valid Friday only. Oh yay! Just Dance 2014 for $20, and you can pick up a Wii for $50. Woo! Oh my god, the Wii for $50.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than a game.
Yeah, but is it worth it?
Depends on the games you get and how cheap you get said games.
you know, I say that, yet I would probably be fine getting a Wii and only buying GameCube games for it. get
True.
get one of those controllers for it and just buy only GameCube games. I would
Yeah.
probably be fine with that.
Yeah, honestly, for someone who owns a Wii and owns a few Wii games, the only things I would say I would wholeheartedly recommend are, let's see, Muramasa, Smash Brothers, uh, anyway, some other stuff as well. Let's see, buy one get one free deal on Disney Infinity toy sets. You could do that with Skylanders at Toys R Us at any time you wanted. I think at Toys R Us they have a standing policy with Skylanders. It's like buy one get one half off,
Huh.
or buy two get the third half off. That's like a standing policy with them. Let's see. Will offer a pair of HD console deals, a 250 gig Xbox 360 bundle, including Tomb Raider and Halo 4 for 200. A 250 gig PlayStation 3 with copies of Batman Arkham Origins and The Last of Us will also go for 200. That's actually not too bad of a bundle.
Neither one of them, really.
No, I mean, as long as they patch up Arkham Origins, it will be fine. Last of Us is a fantastic title. Tomb Raider, I don't know much about, but I think it's been pretty good. And Halo 4 is a pretty good title too, so
Well,
that's a good one all around.
if you ask me about Halo 4 single player,
Well, yeah,
multiplayer's meh. If you've played all the past Halos, yeah, multiplayer's meh.
that's why I said pretty good.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely better single player.
Let's see, Assassin's Creed 3 for $15. Oh fuck. That
Seriously,
that's probably a steal alone on the time you're gonna be able to put into that game.
look at some of the others you're fixing to read there, though.
Yeah, Halo 4 Game of the Year edition for $30. That's Halo 4, I'm assuming, with all the DLC, so that's a steal. Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year edition for 50. Oh, for fuck's sakes. That is a
Yeah,
huge steal. Bioshock Infinite for 20, that's a huge steal as well. Those games are both Red Dead Redemption and Bioshock Infinite. I've played both of them. They are worth far more than $15 and $20 respectively. Those are worth their asking price of 60.
you know what though? I
What?
would take most of this with a grain of salt. Look at the next line there.
Yeah, I was skimming that one before I read it off. Yeah, it also lists Watch Dogs and Drive Club, but we know they aren't going to be released by Christmas.
So
So
this
this might
ad
have been,
might have been the original take on it, but it's probably going to get reworked.
yeah. But if most of these deals stay intact, that's some good deals. Let's sell a Link Between Worlds 3DS XL bundle, which was previously announced for Europe, is listed as 220. Nothing else besides, hey, we're hiring more than 17,000 seasonal employees for the holiday because we are going to need them. I don't blame them because when I go to GameStop up at Target, I only see one or two people working there at any given time.
Because that's
More
about
than
all that
often, it's
does
just,
work there.
yeah, more often than not, it's probably just the one guy at the register because that place is empty.
Yeah. Oh, I've been in the one over by Walmart off of Dalton Pike there.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, and it's about the same. It's like, geez.
Uh, yeah, that's yeah. They're gonna need those seasonal employees because they only got like one or two people working around clock on that one. One person ain't gonna be handling the holiday rush. They damn sure ain't gonna be able to handle that Black Friday sale.
Or the new console rush.
Oh God, I feel sorry for every single employee that has to work a midnight launch for the consoles.
Seriously.
Okay, wait, scratch that. I feel sorry for anyone who has to work a midnight launch for anything that is really popular. Because that has to be a mad rush.
That's why I pre-order my stuff. I don't care if I get it at midnight. I just want it the day it comes out.
Yeah, that's what I do. If I pre-order something, I usually come in like the day it comes out, like at some point, and just like go and get it. What I did for Arkham Origins when I pre-ordered it, I pre-ordered it like before Friday. I just went by after I got done with college that day and picked it up. But anything to say about the GameStop deals? Possibly.
Definitely some good stuff there, and I kind of hope to see that last. But yeah,
Yeah.
couple things in there that throw it out there. Like, is this gonna happen?
Yeah. It's about like I seriously question it. Cerebi has put up a series of images that apparently a hacker was able to hack Pokemon X and Y and was able to show the models for three new legendaries plus the Mega Evolutions of Latios and Latias.
Hmm.
And Cerebi was even like sitting on the information for I would say for a couple weeks, as they're like, we don't know if we want to post this because we're not sure about the validity of this information. And I'm kind of with them on that one. It's like I'm not questioning whether they're legendaries or not, which I've heard is a question. I'm questioning whether these things actually exist or not, or if they're like cut Pokemon that don't exist. Uh, we'll move on from there on to a Killzone Shadowfall story trailer.
Hmm.
This might give us something. I don't know. I just picked this up as a. I thought it might be interesting. Might get something out of it because nothing has been talked about Killzone Shadowfall since E3, I believe.
Yeah.
Or at least I've never really seen anyone give it attention since E3.
It's queued up and ready on my side.
And I'm gonna look through here real quick. I'm just gonna read through. I guess it gives us some story stuff, which we'll probably get in the trailer. So we'll get this trailer started up in 3, 2, 1, go.
30 years ago, it was Vectin treachery and aggression that led to the slaughter of 1 billion Hellcast lives.
You have no idea how sickening this is to us. Forced to live here, alongside the people who destroyed our planet.
I'm not going to harm you. I want to end this, not start another war. Vasari's doing this because she doesn't think she has a choice. If you attack, she will not back down. She'd be defending her people, their home. This is all we have.
Hey, stop! Stop! This is our home, too!
We must have the right to defend ourselves against foreign aggressors, and by whatever means necessary.
If we didn't know it before, we know it now. The Hellgast mean to destroy us. We have nothing but a wall to separate us from this evil. It is only a matter of time. They will attack again.
This is what you do?
I came here to destroy this.
Don't lie to me. You came here to bury the truth.
Your beliefs have failed you. They have led you into the wilderness. Alone. Without faith.
This is Vecta. This is our home. And it always will be. I want you to remember that.
Hmm.
Definitely looked interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a straight up good guys, bad guys. It was had a lot of gray in there. Definitely something you don't get from FPSs that often.
Yeah, it's usually this is good, this is bad, shoot the bad.
Yeah. And also, on the topic of Battlefield 4, a not mute protagonist. He speaks. He has lines. He is a character, not the signpost that walks through the game, or the possessed body you control.
but don't you know? With the Kinect, you're supposed to be able to talk.
Oh, bippity bobbity boosh. I could say random things into there and they won't matter. Granted, I'd be the one to do that just to see how much thought they put into it.
True.
Uh, anything else to say?
No.
Alrighty then, we shall move on to very interesting article, to say the least. Um, Headline kind of says most of it. Report: Sony pressures sites to bury Beyond Two Souls debug mode stories. Several reports have surfaced today. Today being October 22nd, at the writing of this article from Game Politics, originating from a Kotaku report, that Sony has supposedly been pressuring certain publications to pull down reports about a debug mode in Beyond Two Souls that allows access to alternate camera angles, including one for the game's shower scene. For this angle, users can supposedly see a detailed new nude version of the game's main character, who was based on Ellen Page. According to Cinema Blend, Sony told them to pull down their coverage, as well as Eskimo Press, who claims to have received a similar message from SCE Europe. Cinema Blend says the rep from the company told them the images are from an illegally hacked console and is very damaging for Ellen Page. It's not actually her body. I would really appreciate if you could take that and take the story down. Sony is likely concerned that these scenes might remind the ESRB and the public of Rockstar's hot coffee incident with GTA San Andreas. We'll have more on the story as it develops.
Yeah, because wasn't technically the hot coffee mod a form of like a debug mode kind of deal?
That no, that was actually cut content.
That they still left in there.
There, here's the thing about that. There wasn't enough content in there to make it work. The guy had to insert other content in there to make it work. As it wasn't gonna work. He had to make it work. So it took a lot more effort than just, oh, here's this thing hidden in there. No, here's this thing hidden in there, and after I had to work with the code a bit, now it works.
Huh.
That's at least as far as I remember. This, on the other hand, sounds like,
It was there to begin with.
this seemed like a debug mode where you could just like take control of the camera and spin it around just to catch any glitches or bugs, which seems normal. And also a full nude body for Ellen Page. Isn't she legal? I'm like, I would be concerned if she was if it was underage, but isn't she of legal age at least?
Huh.
I know that's a weird question to ask, but let me look. Yeah, she's 26. And also, as I was reminded in a Heavy Souls review I watched recently, the female character in there, she is at least half naked from the camera angles you could see, so I don't quite see the problem. Because the thing about hot coffee that got Rockstar into trouble is it wasn't just a nude model, it was a sex minigame. Full on, controllable sex minigame. That's what got him into trouble. It wasn't the fact that it was a nude model. It's not. That's in games. I believe Dante Inferno has full nude models of women, or at least half naked models of women in there, and that was rated M. I would say a Grand Theft Auto game probably has that. It's not, no, Grand Theft Auto probably doesn't have that. There are games that have that. It's not the nudity that would concern the ESRB. It would be pornography that would concern them. Because LA Noir has at least half naked women in it. And that's an M-rated title. It's when it becomes sexual that the ESRB is concerned. Because then it could be construed as pornography. Possibly. I believe that's how it works. I might be completely wrong on this. At the very least, that's Twitch's policy on this. As long as you can have nudity, but as long as it's not sexualized, they don't care. It's fine. I believe. because that was the concern with LA Noir. But since none of it's sexual, it's okay.
Hmm.
And that's also how God of War got out of it, because they didn't show it. Although technically there are 6 mini games in there in that series, they don't show it, which what keeps them out of getting that AO rating is that they don't show it. They imply it. They imply the hell out of it, but they don't show it, which is completely okay. I mean, I understand the concern from this, but from what this sounds like, this doesn't sound bad. Well, that bad. And hell, games having their debug menus accessible is not new. Do you have anything to say about this?
Mm, not really.
I just thought that was an odd one because it seemed like a bit jumping the gun, but eh. Yeah. We'll move on from there. Do some more next gen talk. I picked this one up off headline alone because this just sounds weird. I mean, you see the headline on it, right?
Yeah.
DualShock 3 designed for Gran Turismo, DualShock 4 designed for shooters. It's just one of those, wait, what? Let's see. See if we can get some more information out of the article itself. For many shooter fans, the 360 controller represents the gold standard. Really? Because as far as I know, people hate that D-pad. I'm not sure why, but I'm no controller expert. And Sony concedes that the DualShock 3 for PlayStation 3 wasn't designed with shooters in mind. The stick stiffness was loosened due to feedback from Polyphony Digital, developer of the Gran Turismo series. The DualShock 3 became really light because of the feedback from the Gran Turismo team. Sony's Toshima Aoki said since they use it for steering, if it's too stiff, when you're going back and forth a lot, you get tired. So they wanted to make it lighter. Fortunately, this isn't necessarily ideal for shooters. So for the PlayStation 4, Sony went back to the drawing board and decided to focus on shooters this time around. Now for the shooters, especially for the right stick, those developers wanted more precise aiming. Some of the developers surveyed for the controller's development included Gorilla from the Killzone series, Naughty Dog from the Uncharted series, and The Last of Us. Clearly, shooters were more important to Sony this time around. One thing changed with DualShock 4 is that the dead zone is smaller, which should make a tremendous difference when playing shooters on the console. After testing different types of stiffness, right in between DualShock 2 and DualShock 3 was the best stiffness that people liked. This just sounds odd to me. I mean, I get it, but a controller being designed for one specific genre just sounds weird.
But if you look, it didn't look like they were really focusing strictly for shooters this time either, though. It looked like they were trying to find that happy medium.
Yeah.
Because you look, they were focused more with the right stick as opposed
Yeah.
to the left.
Which the right stick is.
Your aim.
Yeah.
Which is what you need in a shooter.
Yeah.
Therefore, they're probably not really fooling with the left stick much, which isn't going to change your driving games too much.
Yeah. It just sounds weird to me because it's like, okay, if it feels odd, I just have settings in here in order to change that. No, internally for the game. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I kind of get it. Like, making the controller be better as a standard for a certain titles, so you don't have to go messing with the settings in order to make it feel right, but that's kind of why those settings are there to begin with, so that when you mess, so you can actually get it better, more fine-tuned for them. Because I believe for like for professional gamers, they turn that sensitivity all the way up,
Yeah.
and they play that game perfectly. It doesn't matter what the controller is.
Same can be
Ah,
said though PC side.
yeah,
You've got some mice that are actually set up better for shooters, and then you've got some that are set up better for games like League where you don't have to focus on the mouse moving quick and hard.
yeah. Well, I understand like controllers being designed for a specific genre, but for a console controller being designed for a specific genre just seems weird. Like a controller being designed for a specific genre on its own, that's like, oh, that makes sense. Because there's like MMO mouses that have like 14 buttons on them, so you can like one hand all your stuff you do in an MMO.
But if you think about it, okay, right there, that first line. Many shooter fans think that the 360 controller is the gold standard. The 360 was designed more around your shooters. The indie games and all that stuff kind of came in late.
Yeah,
So it's going to stand to reason that the 360 stuff's going to merge between shooters and indie. Whereas PlayStation, their big thing was more of your adventure and racing titles.
yeah,
Now they're starting to get into the shooters. So, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily that they're trying to design it solely for one genre or another. It's more that that was what they were starting out with, and now they're seeing that the fields are changing. So
yeah.
they've got to change to adapt to it.
I will say that's the first time I've ever heard of a controller being a preference for a genre. Because the only other thing of specific note about the 360 controller I've ever heard is how the D-pad sucks for any type of precision platforming. It is terrible if you're trying to play with the D-pad and trying to do anything precise.
But why is that?
Because
It
it
was
was terribly designed.
because it was designed for shooters. Does the
Yeah.
D-pad screw you up on Rainbow Six?
No.
See?
Yeah.
That
I just.
change of genre right there, that's where people get ticked off about the different controllers.
Yeah. That was. That I was just making. I was just thought that was weird because I was like, that's news to me. Because I. Granted, I don't watch streams that much with that do FPSs because. Eh. Most of the streams I watch that are playing games is everything besides shooters, pretty much. You know, when
Oh
I think
God.
about it, I think I've seen just about everything streamed more than shooters.
Oh God.
Because I've watched streams with Dark Souls, I've watched streams for various Nintendo titles, I've watched streams for racing games, I watched streams for RPGs, I've watched streams of fighting games, I've watched streams for just about everything except shooters that often. But that's just what happens when because I pretty much watch the people I follow a lot, and most of them don't stream shooters that often. Hell, I just past week I was watching the Squint from the Speed Gamers stream an XCOM Enemy Unknown, which had my name in it because I donated $20 to their last marathon. Oh, I'm gonna get some highlight. I need to sit down and get some highlights. But thankfully, they're not gonna be gone for like until like next week, unless they already archive the entire stream. Who knows? Anything else to say on that before we move on?
Nah.
All right, so then moving on. Speaking of controllers, we have an
Damn it.
iPhone iPod controller, I believe. The Moga Ace Power iOS 7 game controller with analog sticks and 100 and 1800 mAh battery leaks. I have no clue what the hell that 1800 mAh is supposed to mean.
I can't remember right offhand.
Let's see. Following the leak of Logitech's iOS 7 game controller is the Moga's offering, which sports a few cool features. First off, it has a 1800 mAh battery, making it a bit more similar to a Mophie battery case than the similar controller Logitech release. Still don't get the reference. Still don't get what it means. Dual analog sticks design that looks like it'll be a bit more. Looks like it'll be a bit more easy. Just toss in the bag. It pretty much looks like the setup of the Xbox 360 controller, but
Yeah, it does.
it's even got the buttons colored the same, I believe. Wait, nope. No, that's.
Yeah, they're inverted.
Yeah, they swapped
It's
the
green,
colors.
red, blue, yellow.
Yeah. They just swapped the colors for X and Y and A and B.
So
That's
they
just.
palette swap.
Yeah. They literally just swapped the colors between those two buttons. And that's pretty much it. I was hoping there was more to this article than that. But it looks kind of cool. That would actually work with my iPhone, because that little plug down there on the second part, that's the plug that's down on the bottom for the battery.
And it looks too like it can close so it can fit iPhones or iPads and then close up to throw in your pocket to take with you.
Yeah. Actually, it looks like it disconnects, I think. Unless there's like something on the back that I don't see, because it looks like it just kind of splits apart and then closes in.
It
I have to
could be
wonder.
something on the back because otherwise, how are you going to get the left side to connect to it?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That would be weird if it just like popped into two parts and goes back up into one, unless it's doing it all wirelessly. But that would be a terrible idea. That's fine for the controller itself, but splitting it into two is like, oh, that you might run some issues on that one. Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I found out something about the iPhone that sounds really dumb to me.
Okay.
Did I tell you about after 2 years after 2 years with the plan I have, I get a replacement battery for my phone. Here's the thing about the iPhones. You can't take the battery out. So instead of getting a new battery, I get an entirely new phone.
Huh.
Yeah, the iPhones can't disconnect their batteries. The batteries are built internal to the device.
That is retarded.
I know! Because I
That is
just thought about
so
the.
retarded.
I'm like, that sounds like a terrible idea. Because, like, what if just the battery is malfunctioning? And everything else on it is fine? Well, you get a new phone. But I don't want a new phone. I just want a new battery. Too bad.
That's where Androids are better.
Yeah.
I
Especially when you told me, it's like, oh yeah, the app doesn't work for the iPhone. I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to realize
didn't know that, but I looked it up and yeah. Apparently, unless the phone's jailbroken, then our app doesn't work on the iPhone as far as downloading it.
Yeah.
Web part of it still works.
Or since it's a phone and not an iPod, I don't know if I'm able to even attempt to jailbreak it without breaking some part of our contract.
I don't know. That would probably be where you would have to look. Ah, shit! I didn't bookmark the article, but you'd have to look at that article I was looking at and see what emulator and what all you got to do to get it to work.
Yeah. Because the only reason I would jailbreak it is like to customize it better. Because as is, I guess it's fine, but make it easier. But yeah, I don't know if I can do that without breaking our contract. Anything else to say on the fancy iPhone controller?
Nope.
All right, then moving on to another interesting one. Eidos developed Final Fantasy Possible, says Lightning Returns director. Square Enix has considered tapping Tomb Raider and Deus Ex developer Eidos to create an all-new Final Fantasy game, though no decision has been made. Speaking with OXM, Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13 gameplay director Yuji Abe said Square Enix is open to the idea if circumstances supported it. Obviously, Square Enix bought out Eidos a number of years ago, and now we have direct access to American development teams. Has certainly been discussed within the company the possibility of, say, Eidos or maybe someone else to look after or maybe take on the Final Fantasy series. And we obviously haven't decided anything concrete, but if we find the right team of developers, the right people who really want to do it, and we had the right game, then yes, certainly we'd think about it. He continued. Lightning Returns director Motomo Toriyama agreed. The whole thing about Final Fantasy series is that for every iteration of every game we have a very different game. So the development team is also different every time. So there's different ideas and different concepts driving it. So obviously within that framework, having a very different type of team could work. So if we go to the right team of people, it could produce something very interesting. And that is a curious prospect, at least.
Yeah.
An Eidos developed Final Fantasy title. That would be interesting, at least. Because, like I said, I think the Tomb Raider ended up fine, but Deus Ex, at the very least, Human Revolution was, I believe, critically acclaimed and went pretty well over. And the thing is, I think the only complaint I've ever heard about the new Deus Ex game was the boss battles weren't that good, but Eidos came out with a director's cut of the game right now that fixes that because they outsourced all the boss battles. Now all the boss battles are not outsourced and are homemade or made by them. So
Hmm.
I would at least be curious to see what Eidos would come up with under the Final Fantasy brand. I mean, hell, it might be far more interesting than Lightning Returns because I could give two shits about that game.
You mean the sequel that's not a sequel?
Yeah. Oh. I just got something across Twitter that I might want to read on stream. Because this should be a heads up to anyone who's got X and Y right now.
Okay.
This was actually a tweeting of a picture that was from Bubble Garden, which are the guys behind Bulbapedia. I think the Pokemon Wikipedia, pretty much. Just to pass along a warning to those who wonder trade. Due to people trying to wonder trade off hacked Pokemon, they will appear as bad eggs. They cannot be traded or released, and they will multiply until it fills all of your boxes. They will also delete any of your Pokemon that are stored in your boxes, as it will replace them with bad eggs. Trade at your own risk.
Hmm.
So yeah, a little bit of something I saw coming across my Twitter. Heads up. I will definitely keep that in mind when I get. Hopefully, I get X and Y for not X and Y. X for Christmas.
Yeah, only in our release calendar was X and Y a game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh god. But yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind if I ever try a Wonder Trade. I might do it once just with some random Pokemon I picked up and just send it off just to see what I get back. But anything to say on neither one of those things?
No.
Okay, then moving on. We have details of The Walking Dead Season 2. Not the show, mind you, the game. That really good game that Telltale did last year.
That
The
now has a
really.
sequel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, you're playing as Clementine. To no one's surprise, but yes. I think everyone knew we were playing as Clementine in Season 2, considering how the game ended, but alright, Telltale Games took the wraps off of Walking Dead Season 2 today. By today, I mean October 29th. The 5-episode series will begin later this year and last into 2014. It's planned for PC, Mac, home consoles, iOS, and additional platforms. More than likely, next-gen consoles.
uh, Probably 360 and PS3 included.
Yeah, the current and next-gen consoles. Oh, it's got home consoles in there, so that's probably the current gen stuff. And the additional platforms are the next gen.
Ah, true.
Let's see. Spoilers for the first season follow, although just skimming over it, the big spoiler of season one's not there.
Huh.
Players will
So,
take the.
kind of spoiler, but not really. And I don't
Yeah.
have the image up.
Well,
How did X split not? Wow, never mind.
let's see. Players will take the role of Clementine herself, who's been left on her own after the events of the first season. You'll still be faced with outwitting zombies and tough moral choices, but through the lens of a young girl instead of the physically strong and more mature Lee. Um, Commenting about Robert Kirkman's world. I believe he's the creator of the Walking Dead series. Next series. Today we can finally lift the veil, but only a little, on how the story will continue. We will soon be putting players into the shoes of the lead role that will challenge their expectations of how to survive in a world where no one can be trusted. PC Mac versions are available for pre-order on the official site and through Steam at a 10% discount that puts them at $22.49 instead of the standard season price of $25. It will release a Game of the Year edition of the first season in November. The set will include the 5 episodes of the first season, along with its 400 days DLC for $30. That is definitely not too bad for that. 5 episodes of season 1 plus the 400 days DLC that leads into Walking Dead season 2.
Hmm.
That's pretty good. This is one of the rare times that designation is appropriate. So mark this on your calendar, folks. And we have the reveal trailer, which I watched this before, and there's nothing there. I don't think. This is a different one.
Oh,
So,
queued up
I
and
was.
ready.
So, just as a heads up, be forewarned, there may be spoilers of season 1 in this trailer that we're about to show. So, plug your ears and close your eyes. For we are starting it up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Product not yet rated.
And yes, I just made a figure it out reference.
Do you think things will ever get back to how they were?
Yeah. I'm not sure when, but one day.
I hope it's soon.
Oh wow.
What?
That did absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Like from what I've seen, the most it did was go, "Hey, you remember all these locations from season one, and you remember this line from season one, and you remember how Clementine looked in season one? Well, now here's how she looks in season two. We'll see you soon." Well, that really does not say much about this game. Although I think the prospect alone of Clementine being the main character of the game says enough to people who played season one. Yeah, but that was pretty much it. Although, don't recognize that last one, because I've seen most of Walking Dead season one, and I've seen all of 400 Days, and I don't recognize that hotel from either. So I'm guessing the hotel is from season two?
Maybe. Might be the start of it.
Yeah. Of course, you have the image that's from season two, which says not a whole lot. You just have Clementine going, "I don't trust you," to some dude in the foreground. Yeah. Anything to say about Walking Dead season two announcement?
No.
Alrighty then, moving on. I opened up the wrong one? The right one? Oh yay, Nightmare Fuel coming.
Yeah.
Alright, folks. I'll have to probably pull up a second one just to get some additional information. But yeah, I needed this image on stream just to give some folks some Nightmare Fuel. Alright, coming up from Game Freak, I believe, is a new Pokemon game that is a detective game focused with Pikachu being the star. The theme of the new Pikachu game is finally revealed. This new Pikachu game is a detective game and expected to release in 2015. 2 year, it will be developed for 2 years, and is set to feature a blue Pikachu which talks. The Pikachu is being controlled via motion capture and facial recognition. Lastly, a rare Pikachu is said to be the enemy within the game, but they can't see people liking it. Yeah. Okay, if the thought alone of motion capture and facial recognition on a goddamn Pikachu doesn't scare you, that image should. Because that is what we're going to be dealing with in this game.
Well, okay. A blue Pikachu that talks?
Yes.
A blue Pikachu.
Yes.
Does anyone else realize how ridiculous that's going to look?
That's not even the shiny for Pikachu, I believe. Let me look. Because I'm pretty sure that's not the shiny colors for Pikachu. Or any of its pre or post evolutions. Let's see here. No. It's just a darker shade of yellow.
And I'd venture to say Raichu's darker orange.
Well, Pikachu shiny, it looks to be about the same color as Raichu's normal, so.
Ah. Kind of like that burnt orange kind of color.
Yeah, it looks like that burnt orange. I'm looking at Pichu's right now. Pichu's is the exact same. And Raichu's shiny is an even darker orange.
I figured.
So we're going the Charizard route where his shinies just get darker and darker in color.
Until if they throw another evolution into the Pikachu stretch there, which I doubt they will, but if they ever do, if they ever do, then that'll probably turn into another black shiny.
Yeah. Here's the thing that's going to happen, and I can almost guarantee this in terms of Mega Evolutions. There will be Raichu, but there will be a Mega Pikachu because we can't avoid that shit. Pikachu is going to be special in that he will be the only non-final evolution that will get a Mega Evolution.
I could honestly see that.
'Cause reasons.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Maybe someone found a way to break the game and pull an Ash and just have a Pikachu at level 100 and
Yeah. Who still loses to a random Pokemon in the beginning of the Black and White show. Because he can't use his electric attacks.
Did he not learn Tackle?
He has quick attack in Iron Tail. But the reason he couldn't use his electric attacks in the fight because he got zapped by Zekrom. That's literally why he couldn't use it. He's like, oh shit, I got zapped by Zekrom and I can't use my electrical attacks because we need a reason for him to lose this fight that he would otherwise win in a heartbeat. Because this Pikachu has taken on legendaries in a Pokemon League.
Yeah.
That was the end of the Sinnoh League, I believe. Where literally Ash's team and their final match, and I think it was like semifinal, it was like top 8, I believe. And their top 8 match, they had to go up against a trainer who captured legendaries. Legendaries. Seriously. I think it was like a Darkrai, a Latios, and something else. And that's what Ash had to deal with for a match.
Jeez.
Like, they didn't want him to win. It's like, we need the most broken competitor Ash can ever possibly face. Okay, full team of legendaries. And his full team of 6 gets wiped out by 2. I don't think we see the full team of 6 he's got. Wait, no, I believe we only see half of the team he's got. Yeah, Ash wasn't going to win. They wouldn't make sure he didn't win.
Jeez.
Of course, the only league Ash has ever won was the Orange League, which is not based on any game. But he did beat the Final Frontier and got offered to be a Frontier Brain, but nope, couldn't do that. I'm constantly reminded why I so much prefer Adventures right now. Because Ash's counterpart is not a fucking idiot. And is not broken and or has to face other broken people in order to make a possibly believable story. Alright. Anything on that? I got off on a huge rant.
No.
Alrighty then. Moving on. We have video game movie news to talk about.
Again.
Yep. But this time around, we're talking about an animated film that's based off Heavenly Soul. Heavenly Sword. I can't speak words. Words!
Oh.
But yeah. Heavenly Sword animated film. If you're wondering what that game is, I'm kind of not surprised. Because I haven't heard about this game since the launch of the PlayStation 3. Because this was one of the initial launch titles. Or, it maybe not launch, but at least early in development. So, that would be years old by now. Yeah, oh yeah, originally launched in 2007.
So, yeah. 6 years.
6-year-old. Yeah, 6-year-old game that came out on the PS3 right around launch, and I guarantee you, many people don't remember this game because I don't think it went over that well.
Maybe it'll go over better as a movie.
Maybe. It's going to be released digitally worldwide as well as theatrically in select global markets in spring of next year. Yay! It stars Anna Torv, Alfred Molina, and Thomas Jane. I don't recognize a single person in that list. I'm going to be looking up IMDb pages because I don't recognize a single person here. Let's see. First, crack all these open immediately. Then maybe if I'm looking at their IMDb pages, I might recognize them. Let's see. Torv was in Fringe as Olivia Dunham, but I don't watch Fringe, so that doesn't help. She was the original voice for Nariko in Heavenly Sword, which is who she's playing in the movie, so that's not surprising, and nothing else I recognize. That's helpful. Next. Mullen. Let's see. He was in Once Upon a Time as narrator. I'm about ready to start watching that show because I keep hearing about it. Oh, he was Keepaw in Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. I have no clue if you recognize that or not because you've actually seen more of Kung Fu Panda Legends than I have, probably.
I don't know right offhand.
Keepaw? Alright. Robot Chicken DC Comic Specials as Lex Luthor, Firestorm, and Mr. Banjo. Law and Order LA. The Sorcerer's Apprentice as Horvath. Sands of Time as Sheik Amar. I watched Sorcerer's Apprentice, but I don't recognize that. I actually saw that movie. Oh wow, he's in the Scooby-Doo movie. He was in Monk. He was in SVU and Trial by Jury, both Law Orders. Oh, that's who he is. He's Octavius from Spider-Man 2. That's far more helpful. Did you ever see Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Doc Ock. Alfred. He played Doc Ock. Okay, that helps because that's a role I'll actually recognize. And finally, Mr. Thomas Jane. I'll look into her real quick. The up top known for, I don't recognize any of those. And he was in Buffy. And I don't recognize anything else, except he was the voice of the Punisher in the Punisher video game from 04. I actually remember that game because I played it. And he was Jonah Hex in a couple of DC animated related stuff. And he was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And that's it. So yeah, the most notable person is the guy who played Octavius from the second Spider-Man film. Let's see. Reading off the article again. Heavily Sword's dramatic tale that of revenge that sees Nariko, a fiery red-headed heroine, embark on a quest of vengeance against the invading King Bohan and his army. Once considered the failure of a legendary prophecy, Nariko must wield a sword that was ultimately meant for another. The ancient heavenly sword, once belonged to a powerful deity, can never be wielded by a mortal without slowly and inevitably killing them. For Nariko, it's a race against time to avenge her clan before her life is irreparably overtaken by the omnipotent heavenly sword. And apparently the folks doing this one are the same ones that are doing that Ratchet and Clank movie that we covered the announcement for. Okay. And that's it. So, guess we can cue up the trailer because there's nothing else in the article worth noting. Outside of this came first before that Ratchet and Clank movie, which is odd because this got announced second. Just think about that for a second. This comes first, and it was announced second by a good 4 months at least. It was like what 4 months back when we talked about the Ratchet and Clank movie. Get it queued up and ready. Tommy, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, do you got queued up and ready?
Yeah.
All right. Looking at the Heavenly Sword.
Well, I did. What the hell? What the hell is that? Damn it. Piece of shit.
You went and opened up Flickr.
I clicked my mouse to get my mouse to respond again, and then, yeah. Okay.
All right. Looking at the Heavenly Sword trailer in 3, 2, 1, go.
It was written 23 years ago in the year of the Firehorse that a deity would be reborn, destined to wield the Heavenly Sword. But this prophecy will not come to pass. Not as long as I have the power of the Raven King. I have searched for many years to find it. I have changed the fates. The Heavenly Sword is mine to wield. For centuries, man has tried to wield it. But in fact, no one else will hold the sword. The Heavenly Sword will be mine. And with it, the power of the gods.
Isn't it odd that the article gave us more story than that trailer did?
Yeah.
We don't give a name for the main character. Oh dear. Well, the movie looks good.
Well, it's CGI. Of course it's going to look good.
Yeah. Also look in 3D because, as far as I know, if you want good 3D movies, they're more often than not the animated films.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe this will be in 3D. I don't care.
Probably. Everything's in 3D anymore.
Yeah, as much as I don't give a damn about 3D. Seriously, I was one of those people who went and saw episode 1 when it came out in 3D, and I watched nearly the entire film with the 3D glasses off. Because it was only scenes in 3D.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Literally only certain scenes were in 3D. Everything else was in 2D. And you can tell the difference without the glass and with the glasses off. Because if it's blurry, it's in 3D. If it's not, it's in 2D. Or at least that's how I felt. Granted, the only reason I saw episode 1 was with a bunch of people from the Gamers Club at Cleveland State, but the reason I hang out. And they were all far too excited for that movie, if you ask me. They were all so into that movie, and I was just like, yep, that was episode 1. I've seen it before.
Probably see it again.
Yeah. I have it on DVD. I have it in the trilogy collection, so Meh. I mean, if it was the original trilogy, I might have been more excited. But since it's the prequels, I'm like, eh, because I was never really into the prequels that much. Granted, I don't hate them with a passion, like some people.
Yeah.
Some people hate those movies, hate them with every fiber in their being. Whereas I'm just like, eh, about them. Yeah. Anything to say about Heavenly Sword movie?
No.
Alright, moving on to our final article for this week. Ubisoft to phase out online passes starting with Assassin's Creed 4. Pretty much, yeah, it says it as is. I'm scanning through. They're going to phase out the online pass program, starting with the Black Flag. GameStop Uplay Passport will be free to download on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, opening up the game's online features to everyone that plays the game. Ubisoft said in a blog post that the Uplay Passport program was initiated as a means of giving customers full access and support for online multiplayer features, along with exclusive content, bonuses, and rewards. However, games today are blurring the line between offline and online, between what is single player, what is multiplayer. Not really, but we're gonna move on. Based on that and on the feedback we received from you, we recognize that Passport is no longer the best approach for ensuring that all customers have the best possible experience with all facets of our games. Online passes were previously offered for $10. Ubisoft asks that users that have already purchased Assassin's Creed 4's online pass can contact customer service. No word on whether this announcement will affect previous games. So yeah, Ubisoft also stepping up to plate saying bye-bye to online passes,
Which is something they
which is
needed
a
to
good
do.
thing. Yeah, because online passes was a terrible idea to begin with. Just terrible. But it's good to hear that another company has decided, you know what? We don't need online passes. Although I disagree with the whole comment of games are blurring the line between single player and multiplayer. No, it's just games are becoming a lot more cooperative and multiplayer, and not so much single player anymore. That's it.
Yeah.
That or single players have some type of online component. The single player is still single player, multiplayer is still multiplayer. We're not blurring the lines here. We're just taking ideas from one and putting them in the other. And we're also getting more MMO like. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. But yeah. Anything to say on that one before we end off?
No.
Alrighty then. That will take care of all our articles this week. And we are going to take a quick break, grab a drink, refresh, because on the other side of the break, big topic discussion time. Because we've got a PlayStation 4 coming out, and an Xbox One coming out, and we will probably have thoughts on both going into their launches. But until then, stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gaming Saloon. As we start our big topic discussion of our thoughts going into both of these console launches. I think we should start off by saying how we plan on approaching these launches, because I'm pretty sure that both of us are not picking up either one of these consoles
No.
this year.
I don't know so much about this year, but at least not at launch.
Yeah. I know definitely for me, not this year, because I don't think there's going to be anything there for me, and my interests far more lie with current gen stuff and 3DS stuff. But yeah, half my Christmas list is 3DS titles. But yeah, just to get that out there, neither one of us are going to be picking these up at launch. But there are going to be plenty of people who will. So if you're looking for opinions at launch on it, there you go. All right. Next up, I would say it would be our thoughts going into these launches before we get into the massive information we got. Want to go first on that one?
Sure. Honestly, with me, both consoles. I don't want to say both consoles are doing better than their past ones because, I mean, let's face it, Microsoft's had to backlash on half of what they've said.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is going to show that even though they're the ones making the consoles, the community's going to push them to do different things.
Yeah.
And while that might be a good thing for sales, that could be a horrible concept in the long run. So that's going to be more of one of those hold back and kind of see what happens.
Yeah. I will say I'm not gonna. I will say, I think a lot of the games I see on the next gen consoles look pretty, but pretty don't do it for me. Just because the game looks good doesn't mean yes, I'm in. It's got to be something else, something beyond that. It's got to be about the game itself that will get me all up and excited about it, and I just don't see that right now. Which is, I guess, why I'm not interested, because it's like, oh, there's a whole bunch of pretty looking games. There's nothing there for me.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean in there.
It's like, I'm trying to think like PlayStation 4 titles that were like at E3 that I was interested in, and the only one I can think about was Infamous Second Son. Maybe. And Xbox One wise,
Not really much of nothing.
nothing that was exclusive. Because the one thing that got me interested was going to be on the PC.
Yeah, Titanfall.
Not that the creative one. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head.
Oh,
Yeah, Project Spark. That's what it
yeah,
was.
Spark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be on Windows 8.
Yeah.
So.
And Titanfall. Yeah, that could be interesting. But again,
Yeah,
it's
but
on
there
PC.
again, PC.
Yeah. And let's see, Watch Dogs, current gen. Destiny's current gen 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, both Watch Dogs and Destiny are current gen, which is like the two immediate things I can think about. And I'm like, let's see, current gen, and I could probably pick up Watch Dogs on the PC and get about the same experience as I would on a next gen console, because I think the graphics are about as on par with current as, or close to being on par with current PC specs.
Pretty
So
much.
I I know other people are all up and excited about this, but I'm like, the games aren't there, and that's what drives a console for me. If the games aren't there for me to play, then why did my mind box begin with?
Just to say you've got one.
Which isn't me, so I know other people are like, I got the PlayStation 1 or the Xbox 4. No, not the math backwards.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh
God.
god.
Oh, Jesus. That was terrible.
Xbox
Must say
One and the
PlayStation 1 and
PlayStation.
Xbox 4. And that totally doesn't work. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Oh god.
Alright. Alright. I guess let's thoughts that way. Let's look at. Well, once I'm saying I'm talking about games, let's look at the games that are coming out. PlayStation 4, day one, since that's the first one up.
I don't have that one up.
Link?
Yeah, Link.
Link away!
As I pull TeamSpeak across the freaking stream twice.
Well, that's like it matters. The TeamSpeak server, the TeamSpeak is on our website, so.
Yeah, but still, it's like, Okay.
Alrighty then. Let's see what's on there.
That's
We've got.
exclusive. Let's throw that thought into account too.
Okay, let's see. Alright. Nope, 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 nope. Contrast is the first one I can see on there that's exclusive, maybe next gen or maybe PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I've never heard of that game. Because beyond that, Angry Birds Star Wars, you can get that on your mobile device. Black Flag's on current gen right now. Battlefield 4 is on current gen right now. And PC. Black Flag Retribution's been out for like 2 years now. Maybe 3. And I have it on my PC right now.
But it's finally getting a release for consoles.
Yeah.
Because I believe it's also going to be Xbox.
Nope. Contrast is current gen and PC too.
So then no on that even. Which wow.
Yep. Let's see, DCUO, that's current gen. That's like that's on PS3 right now and on PC. The only differences on the PlayStation 4 is free to play. And I can't even say graphics because they're doing a graphical update for DCUO. In line with it being on the with it being on next gen.
And I bet that graphical update will be seen on the PC and PS3 versions.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
Yeah.
Drive Kick. PC, PS3, and Vita, and it came out in August.
Wow.
Escape Plan. Okay, that's an exclusive one because that's PlayStation 4 Vita cross buy. So that counts. That's one.
Okay.
FIFA 14. I
No.
doubt that counts.
I know that don't. It's on current gen.
Yeah, it came out. It's coming out November 19th on current gen and next gen. Flow came out in 2007 for PS3 and Android and the web, so that's not new. Flower was on the PlayStation 3 to begin with, because that was that game company's first big title. And just got Among Us Ultimate Edition is current gen. Just in 2014, I guarantee is current gen. Yep. And it came out last month. Okay, there's another one, Killzone Shadowfall, which we just looked at.
So that's 2.
Okay. Knack, that's PlayStation 4 exclusive.
That's 3.
Yep. Marvel Superheroes, which is current gen. 25, current gen. Minecraft, current gen. Two different.
I don't know. Now, technically, would that version of Minecraft be exclusive just to PlayStation?
No.
Because the Xbox version of Minecraft is exclusive from all the others.
But it's limited.
Well, you know what? Scratch that. From what I've scratched that for the simple fact of what I've heard is the 360 version is technically the same as the PC version, just at a farther back update.
And some recipes are actually taken out and are modified. And you have smaller worlds.
Like I said, a farther back update.
Yeah.
That was back before they got it where it is.
Yep.
So yeah, no, technically, extract that comment there.
Let's see. Madden. That will be current gen. Both NBA titles are current gen. One coming out last month. Need for Speed Rivals, I can almost guarantee is current gen.
If
Yep.
not, it's at least gonna be cross-platform.
Yep. Pinball Arcade, Playroom. I can't click on Putty Squad. That's PSN, so that might be next gen. Nope, can't count Pinball Arcade. That's current gen. Playroom. Okay, that's next gen.
Okay, so 4.
Skylar Swamp Force is current gen. Warframe is current gen, and War Thunder's current gen, so you can knock both of those out before I get to the rest of them. Rezo Guns, next gen. Sound Shapes is current gen and came out in August of last year. Super Motherland is current gen as well. Tiny Brains is next gen, and then Warframe and War Thunder are both current gen. You can get them both on your PC free to play, which again you can do on the PSN as well. So yeah, that's your launch games. Like what, 6?
Yeah.
Solely next gen that you don't have to buy the new console for. That's the only reason we're keeping count. So yeah,
That's not good numbers.
no. I mean, when you look at the list, it's like that's a whole lot of titles coming out on launch. But then you go, wait,
A
most of
lot of
these are
these are cross platforms
yeah,
and cross gen.
yeah.
Well, and you know, Warframe and War Thunder both are PC also.
Yep. So is DCUO.
Yeah.
Also free to play, but Sony has said that they'll have free to play titles on there. So
Blacklight Retribution, PC.
mm-hmm.
If you want to get technical, Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yep.
I'm seeing a lot of this stuff that why even buy a console if you got a good PC?
True. Not to be PC Master Race here, but you've got the good enough comp. If you've got a good enough machine to run these games,
Why fool with getting a system to do it for you?
right? Let's see. You want to move into the launch window?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right, launch windows. We're looking at day 1 to end of March 2014. I don't think we're gonna keep up the count from there.
Nah.
We got 1001 Spikes, also Knots Assemble, Basement Crawl, Counter Spy, Daylight, Deep Down, Doki Doki Universe, Drive Club, Ho Hokum, Infamous Second Son, Mercenary Kings, N++. My God, that is an old game.
God, ain't it?
I still have a copy of that from back in high school.
I probably have one somewhere.
Probably the same one you gave me.
Probably.
Octodad Deadliest Catch, Oddworld New and Tasty, PlanetSide 2, Pull Nation Extreme, Primal Carnage Genesis, Raise the Dead, The Witness, Thief, Translator, and Wolfenstein The New Order. So yeah. Okay, how bad is it that I am more interested in the things in the launch window than are on launch day?
Yeah, seriously.
That's like, okay, you've got Wolfenstein The New Order, The Witness, Thief, and Infamous Second Son, and Drive Club, and they're in the launch window, not launch day. Those are far more interesting titles than most of what's coming out on launch day.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, that kind of shows why I'm so not interested in next gen consoles right now, because it's like just there's nothing there for me to play.
Well,
Nothing.
well, and what gets me is this has to be one of the worst launches that has happened. Neither console really has any good exclusives coming out right on day one.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got decent ones in the launch window, and they've got a good little number count for that, but that's really it. Day one stuff, there's not really that much.
Yeah. And to transition over to the Xbox One, because I'm looking at the list right now, let's see. The first three are almost the exact same on the PlayStation 4. Assassin's Black Flag, Battlefield, Ghost. Then you have Crimson Dragon. You have Dead Rising 3, FIFA 14, Fighter Within, Forza Motorsports 5, Just Dance 2014, Killer Instinct, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Loco Cycle, Madden, two NBA titles, Need for Speed, Power Star Golf, Rise, Skylanders, Zoo Tycoon, and Zumba Fitness. And the launch window is even smaller at just 6 titles. Connect Sports Rivals, Minecraft Xbox One Edition, Peggle 2, Project Spark, Titanfall, and Wolfenstein The New Order.
Is it
Ew.
bad that there's really only two of them that I would even consider as far as swaying towards the Xbox One, and in all honesty, neither one of them don't sway me towards an Xbox One either.
What two are those?
Project Spark and Titanfall.
And again, those aren't out on launch day. Those
Exa-
are launch window.
well, and not to mention, they're both going to be on PC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would be fine with spending 120 and throwing Windows 8 on my computer just so I can get Project Spark than trying to spend 400 to get a console.
Yeah.
I mean, Microsoft is really dropping the ball here.
Yeah, and I'm just looking through the ones that spark my interest, which is Crimson Dragon, which I think is that Panzer Dragoon looking title that we covered way back. I'm willing to bet money it is.
I can't remember which one right offhand.
Yeah, Dead Rising 3, which that's an Xbox One exclusive, kind of.
Kind of.
I think that's a timed exclusive on Xbox One, I believe.
One of those, they're going to get it sooner.
I think so. It'll probably come out on other consoles eventually. Killer Instinct, which we know the problem with that game already. Yes, it's free to play, except you get one character. So have fun buying everyone else. Ultimate microtransaction title.
Really, that's about it, ain't it?
Rise, Son of Rome, maybe just out of bloody fucking curiosity, but even the E3 demo didn't excite me.
But, okay, Crytek. Same
Yeah.
people that did Crysis. Do you really think that they're not going to let something like that slip past the PC side?
Well, right now it's Xbox One, but...
I have a funny feeling that's gonna be one of those timed exclusives kind of deal.
But that I'm reaching so far for Son of Rome because when we did our E3 coverage, I was so blah with that game.
Yeah,
I was like, this just doesn't look interesting. It looks good, but I
meh.
don't see where I can have fun with this because.
But yeah, in all actuality though, I would be fine with missing out on some of these and just kind of, as far as Microsoft stuff, just kind of focus on getting Windows 8 and going with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already planning here in a couple months to get me a good desktop. And guess what? You can't get a desktop with Windows 7 anymore.
Yeah. Have fun upgrading to Windows 8. I know I've
It
had
ain't gonna
fun
be
with it.
that bad.
Yeah.
I was in the beta for a reason. I like knowing what I'm gonna have to hop into eventually.
Yeah, you've probably had more fun with it than I have.
Let's just put it this way: I had more buggier Windows 8 than you, so
Yeah.
as long as they smoothed out the edges, I'll be fine with it.
Did it blue screen a lot for you?
Surprisingly, no. I think it only blue screened once the whole time.
I've had a lot of blue screens, and I think it's because I'll have a USB device plugged in that will jiggle a bit, and it will like disconnect, and it will attempt to reconnect. And some reason that bugs it out, and is like, freeze, blue screen, gotta restart.
Hmm.
Because it does it with my PVR cable.
Huh.
I don't know, it just does sometimes. If I jiggle it hard enough, it will disconnect and reconnect, and on the rare occasion it will blue screen and just restart because it's like, not, nope, 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 nope. Yeah, just looking at his Lost House, I'm like, I'm so interested in 3DS, and that's like 6 titles just on that handheld that I'm gonna be playing.
In
I've been,
all honesty, as it currently stands, I would come closer to getting a PS4 than a Xbox One.
yeah,
And that's just flat out there.
yeah, 5 titles: Pokemon X, Kingdom Hearts 3D, Fire Emblem Awakening, Project Cross Zone, and Dual Destinies. I'm far more interested in 3DS right now because it's like that's 5 titles alone that I'm going to be playing, and that's over 100 hours of gameplay altogether from all of them.
Yeah.
So I've got plenty right there. On top of that, Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, which is coming out on PS3. So on top of my backlog, so yeah. So launch game wise, there's just
There's
eh,
not really anything there.
yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the chart now of the comparisons between both of them. PlayStation 4 is $100 less. It's coming out a week earlier in the US at least. It's coming out after the Xbox One in Europe, according to the chart. Blu-ray and DVD, same. Oh wow, one advantage. You get the game DVR without the requirement of a PlayStation Plus account. Whereas you will need it for you will need Xbox Live Gold on the Xbox One. RAM. I don't know the difference between GDDR5 and DDR3.
I don't
I'm
either.
I'm assuming GDDR5 is better. Maybe.
That's kind of what I would think.
PlayStation 4's got an AMD Jaguar processor, which is 8 cores, while Microsoft is using some custom stuff. GPU is AMD once again for PlayStation 4, while the Xbox One has, well, an AMD. Shaders are higher on the PlayStation 4 if that means anything.
That'll mean that it'll actually be able to run higher definition stuff, which is something that I saw somewhere about Ghosts only being able to run 720 on the Xbox One, where it can run 1080 on the PS4.
Yeah, I was. Game Trailers threw up a preview for Ghost, and I saw down in the comments somebody was like, "Hey, they're trying to shut up. They've got a lock on. Uh, I believe the Xbox One. They got an embargo on the Xbox One review for right now. Be like, no, don't talk about it because we don't want them to know that we can only run 720p apparently on that with that game instead of 1080 on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so look there though.
Yeah.
And that comes from hardware failure, not software.
Mm-hmm. Peak GPU shader throughput, 1.84 teraflops versus 1.31. This is for Xbox One again. I have no clue what that means. And the teraflops for the Xbox One is an estimate, so yeah.
I think there again it has something to do with its quality.
Yeah. Let's see, storage 500 gigabytes. Same on the Xbox One, 5400 RM. Set it to hard drive, so you get a specific hard drive name. I guess the storage on the Xbox One is just custom storage. No external storage for PlayStation 4, but you do get it with the Xbox One with USB. But in my experience, that won't matter. The only thing you'll be able to do is to back up your saved data. Unless the Xbox One will give you the option to install to that portable hard drive, it is absolutely pointless. Unless you want to transport your digital titles, which may be pointless in of itself.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because I have a portable hard drive hooked to my old PS3. The only thing I was able to transfer over was save data. That's it.
Jeez.
Which saves me jack all of space. Because most of the space that you take up on a PlayStation 3 are the installed games on there. So external storage doesn't matter. And the thing about I read on for the PlayStation 4, that HD drive is removable and replaceable. So you can put in a completely new and bigger HD drive on the PlayStation 4 and it will still work. That's the same with the PlayStation 3, I believe. Yeah, it says it just down there in the next line. Removable hard drive. Yes, for the PlayStation 4. Yes, but must be at least 160 gigabytes and thinner than 9.5 millimeters. But again, you can probably find that. You can probably find a terabyte that size. And for the Xbox One, no. Which was an advantage of the Xbox 360. Was the easy removable of the hard drive. Cloud storage for both, pay as you download for both, although I'm kind of questioning how good that will be. Because if you're immediately trying to play the game while you're downloading, you're only going to be able to go so far before it's like, nope, can't go any further. Gotta wait for the rest of the download.
Unless you got good internet.
Yeah, which some people don't have. Remote download is a yes all around. Account access for multiple consoles is a yes all around. Mandatory game installs. No for the PlayStation 4, but a yes for the Xbox One, which is a complete reversal from current gen. Required internet connection? No for the PlayStation 4. No for the Xbox One, but required for mandatory day one update. Yay. Use game free. use game fee, no all around. Digital game sharing or gifting, no all around. Backwards compatibility is none. Cross game chat is yes for both. Got the controller batteries. Wow, they still require. They're still going to require battery packs for the Xbox One controllers. Wow.
Of course. How else are they going to get their money?
Oh Jesus.
I mean, you're definitely not just going to throw it at their face and say, "Here you go." They've
What's
got to
bad is
steal it from you.
you can run an Xbox One controller, an Xbox 360 controller, without any battery pack at all. You just need a cord to plug it in.
Yeah.
That's how I have my 360 controller set up right now. It's got no battery pack in there, but it works. Because I've had so many problems with battery packs with the stupid controllers. Let's see. Motion control, Dualshock 4, PlayStation 9 not included, PlayStation Move not included, and then the Kinect 2. Yay.
The Kinect 2.0.
Oh, how much do I not give a shit about that Kinect 2? Second screen Vita not included in the PlayStation app for the PlayStation 4, and Smart Glass for devices not included on Xbox One if you give a crap about Smart Glass. I really don't.
I don't because it don't want to work on older Android phones.
Perfect. Alright. Voice commands, yes, but the scope for the PlayStation 4 is to be announced. And yes for the Xbox One because Kinect. Subscription service, we know about that. USB 3.0, 2 ports. There's not that much difference between 3.0 and 2.0 USB.
There is, but there isn't. It has
I'm
to
sure
do
that.
with the speed of data transfer.
Yeah, I'm sure about that, but in terms of like plugging a thing in, it don't. The only thing is, if it's different from what it's designed, it will jiggle instead of solidly put in. That's from my experience. It jiggles instead of being a solid connection. Let's see, live streaming for yes. Reputation preservation trophies will be ported on the PlayStation 4, and the achievements will be ported on the Xbox One for all of you who care about your achievements and trophies. Web connection, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, direct for device hookups, EV hookups, IR, power supply, blah, 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 blah. Online stuff, I don't care. I'm not reading through that. It just seems like, yeah, they got about the same stuff, so. Okay, that just seems dumb. Next chart down, bundles. The packing game for the PlayStation 4 is Playroom, which requires the PlayStation Eye, which is sold separately.
Really?
Bravo, Sony. Way to pack in a game you can't even play without another device. Although that's probably how they got it under $100 is by taking out the goddamn PlayStation Eye. They probably should have saved a little bit more and took out Playroom and put in something else far more important. Alright. You get headsets for each, you get HDMI cables, you get a charging cable with the PlayStation 4, but not for the Xbox One. Uh, and you get 14 days each of services, and they're both black. Because black is the cool color,
Black's the new white, don't you know?
apparently. Because all current gen consoles, except for the PlayStation 4, were white originally. Wii was white, 360 was white,
True.
PlayStation 3 was black.
Well, yes and no on the 360. Because remember, the Elites were black,
Yeah.
but the Pros and the Arcades were both white.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The Elites were always black, though.
I was a year behind on the Xbox, on the 360, so.
That's why I said yes and no. I mean, technically, you're right.
Yeah.
But there was a black one, so.
Yeah. I was just looking through all this. They are nearly identical. Nearly identical.
Yeah, them two are. I still find it a very unfair comparison to throw the Wii U into that.
Oh yeah, you look down there, it's like that the Wii U's getting shot down every single time.
I feel that's unfair, and I'm not
Yeah.
defending Nintendo, but I feel that was very unfair of IGN.
Yeah. I mean, you can probably call Wii U as a part of the next gen, kind of, but technically, well, in the tech specs department, it's not. Time wise and period wise, it will be. So we'll just kind of like have the Wii U kind of off to the side, kind of competing with itself and hurting itself and helping itself while the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One fight each other out.
And managing to kick itself in the face.
Yeah.
Because they've done some dumb moves.
Yeah. It's hard for me to look at both of these and be like, well, there's a difference between them. And I'm like, not really. I mean, one's 720p, one's 1080. If you don't care that much, it won't matter. You know, one's $100 less than the other. The one's got a different controller than the other. And they each have their exclusives. They are kind of both built the same at this point, and they both almost offering identical services.
Yeah.
But at least PlayStation Plus is going to offer you free games in trading for charging for online services,
Yeah,
or at
but
least online multiplayer.
now so's Microsoft.
Yeah. But I'd say title comparison wise, with the amount of stuff you get for free for PlayStation Plus and the amount of stuff you get for free with the Xbox Live right now, is no way, shape, or form competition.
No.
You've gotten far more free stuff with PlayStation Plus than you will have ever in Xbox Live, and I think even quality-wise, you've gotten better titles with PlayStation Plus than you have with Xbox 360. Because I saw one of the free games is that Keyflings game for
Oh,
Xbox
that
Live.
stupid game.
Yep, that's one of the free
Sorry.
titles.
Whoops. I blurted that one out, but that. I've thought that game was retarded from the start.
Yeah, that's one of the free titles I saw. Yes,
Wow.
now you get it for free.
Good, because that'd about be